Hello, Jennifer.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Alright, I'm gonna ask you a few questions.
Okay.
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, I started out in the medical field when I was 17. I started working at a rehab hospital. I did a little bit of everything there. I worked inpatient therapy, outpatient therapy as a tech. I moved over to nursing as a unit assistant, and then I settled in as the secretary for the unit. So I really enjoyed my time there, and this is the first time when I felt like patient care was my calling. I loved every minute of it. So I stopped working to start a family and took a few years off of that. When I went back to work, I again started working in a hospital as a nurse's aide and a unit secretary. So I did all aspects of patient care again in an acute setting. So I did that for about 3 years. Then I had sort of a major change in my life. I needed a different scenery. So I moved to Dallas and I started working for a distribution company there in customer service. Um, I worked about 2 years in customer service, processing orders, taking orders on the phone, talking to customers, and then I got promoted to operations supervisor. So I was basically running the center in charge of transportation, inventory, ordering, and I had 3 employees under me. So I got a little bit of managerial experience, a little bit of hiring and firing and things like that. I feel like I really learned a lot there and grew in my professional role. After about 6 years there, I really wanted to go back to school, so I moved back home and started working in the hospital here where I'm still employed while I was going to nursing school. So I work as a PCT right now and doing patient care, all aspects of it, helping the nurses. And recently I moved over to the unit secretary position again, so coordinating of the unit and just taking care of all the business comings and goings throughout the day.
Alright, where do you see yourself in 2 to 3 years?
In 2 to 3 years, I hope to be a more seasoned, confident nurse. I hope to gain a lot of skills and knowledge just working. I really want to work on the med-surg floor. I feel like you get the most diverse patient population there. You might have 5 different diagnoses assigned to you at the same time, so you really get to learn a lot, get to practice a lot of skills. So I just hope that I'm just a more well-rounded, seasoned nurse and feel like I really have my bearings and I have learned just a ton.
That's great. Okay, what are your strengths?
Definitely, I would say my biggest strength is just my ability to just get up and get something done. I'm not the kind of person that wants to sit around and whine about a problem or count on someone else to find a solution for me. I want to be the one to just get up and say, okay, let's do this, let's try this, let's go find out how we do this. I'm a problem solver, and I think that's a real attribute as a nurse.
And your weaknesses?
My weakness, I would say my biggest one is just being very detail oriented and a perfectionist. And I know as a nurse, everything is not always perfect. You have to kind of find a balance between wanting to have everything perfect and then also looking at the patient as a whole and completing everything that needs to be done in a busy day. So I think that is something that I'll definitely have to practice.
Alright, talk to us about the value of teamwork.
Teamwork is so important in the healthcare environment. Nursing is definitely a team sport. In my job, I love to encourage teamwork. I love to encourage people and help them. Just if I see someone struggling, I'm going to be there lifting them up, telling them, hey, you can do it. What can I do to help? How can we get this problem solved? So I take a lot of pride in that.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Please describe a situation that required you to complete a number of things at the same time. How did you decide what was most important and what was the result?
I would say I face that challenge daily as the unit secretary. There's always a million things going on at once. The phone is ringing, the call lead is ringing, a doctor is asking for the nurse, a patient family member is at the desk. Just all kind of things are going on all the time. So in juggling that, you have to prioritize. If you have 4 different messages to give at once, you're going to pick the one that's the most urgent. So maybe the lab called with a critical value. You're going to want to get that nurse and let them take that critical value so that they can relay it to the doctor so that we can get that patient taken care of.
All right, that's perfect. Thank you for taking the time to meet with me. You'll be hearing from us soon.
Thank you so much.
No problem.